Hey everybody, this is Dr. Grimmett from Forge Physio. Today we are going to go over side lying adductor lift. So I'm going to get set up in this position. This is a little bit of a cumbersome drill, so bear with me as we walk through the setup. And yes, as you watch this video, you need to be as detailed as possible because a lot of clients won't actually feel their adductor or their inner thigh muscle working, and that's the whole point of the drill. So a lot like our other side lying setup, we're gonna be in the knees bent to 90, hips flexed to 90, nice tall torso position. So my feet are gonna be on the wall, stacked on top of each other, and then I'm checking to see if my ear, my shoulder, and my hip is in line. Now from this position, which will be a little bit easier to see from our side camera, is you're going to take this top hip and I'm going to drop it toward that wall. And when I do that, that creates side bending. So if you take your top hand, you'll be able to fit it between the ground and your side. So again, top hip, drop down toward the floor. It's gonna create a little bit of a space on the bottom side of my torso relative to the ground. So I've got that side bend in. Now from there, I want to think about my feet being kind of planted into the wall and they do not move, okay? So foot's planted into the wall, and then I'm going to take this top knee kind of forward and up. And what you should feel is immediately that glute turn on. A lot of times people won't feel the glute turn on because they lose pressure on their foot. So think about pushing the inside of your foot in through the wall and then bringing your knee forward and up, and you'll feel that glute. So if you're doing that and you still don't feel your glute, then you got to come back to your spine positioning because you're probably arching your back, and then you'll feel it more in the bottom hip. So make sure that you're in neutral or slight posterior pelvic tilt, and then you should be able to feel that top glute working. And then from there, what I like to do is take my top hand, press it into the ground, because what we're going to do is we're going to try to keep this position and bring this bottom knee up to the top knee. And what you should feel is a very intense contraction on the inner thigh. A lot of times as people try to bring this bottom leg up, everything rolls back and then they don't feel the activation in the actual adductor muscle. So again, I'm going to side bend, I'm going to drive that knee forward, I'm going to come up, make sure I'm in a straight line so I can feel that top glute working. Keeping this knee driving forward as far as I can while pressing into the ground and trying to drive that bottom knee toward the top knee and come back to that bottom position. For most people, that's going to be a very intense contraction on the inside of the thigh. Now, if you go to do that and you can't pick that bottom leg off, that's fine as long as you can feel the contraction happening in that pelvis. And that's a way that we can progress it over time, is being able to try to get that bottom leg off the ground.